All right, y'all. We're back to Mama Cass Home Loving. Today we are making soap kind of quickly because I have a appointment in a couple hours, and normally I give myself a good half a day to do this. I can relax, take my time, not rush. So we're gonna try this way. We'll see how it goes. So the only thing I have prepped are like some of the stuff I'm going to be using, my lye that I still haven't measured out yet. I measured out my water. In fact, we're going to go outside and measure out the lye and get that going so it can cool down by the time my oils are hot and ready to go. Because it has to cool down to 120 degrees. So we're going to go outside to do that. And usually I do it right here in the corner because we've got a cat that runs around and I want to make sure it's not in the way for it. So we need 32 ounces of, oh, there you are, 32 ounces of water. And so I have that already measured out because we're making about 5 pounds of soap. So turn that on. We're going to put this on here. And we need 12 ounces of lye. Tear that out to 0. Come on, tear. There we go. And so we're going to measure out the... Oh, I need my whisk. I'm going to run in there and get the whisk. Okay, so it's a little chilly today after having such nice weather. So I'm going to hurry up and do this out here. We got 12 because we already teared it out. So we're looking for 12. Ah, tinsy bit over. But got the 12. And we're going to mix that right on in here. Remember, you pour the lye into the water, not the other way around. Never, ever the other way around. Pour half of it in there. Get that going. Once it's hot, it melts faster. Ooh, I got a little speck of something in my water. Not a biggie. Okay, see that already steaming? You don't want to breathe in the fumes because it will choke you. What I call that. Sometimes I have to hold my breath when it blows in my direction. You want to dissolve this completely. I start with cold water because I find it cools down faster, of course. So I started with, well, tap cold water, not ice cold. Looks like it's just about dissolved. I want to make sure, so I'm going to stir it a little bit more. All right, there we go. I don't need the spoon out here. Don't need anything else out here. So we're going to leave this. Going to leave it to cool down. We're going to put this whisk in the sink because now it has lye. Close the door because it's very cold. I said a little bit, but it's cold. It's like 30 degrees. And to me, that's cold. Very cold. So next thing, while that's out there, we need to measure out our vegetable shortening, which is 38 ounces. Got coconut oil, which I'm using organic Sam's Club coconut oil. I have used it before. It works well enough. I use what I have. And it's a pretty good price. So we got that, and we have olive oil right here. I'm not picky about the stuff I use. I make it work. So here we're going to tear out the pot that we're going to put our 38 ounces of, ooh, almost came out the pot. Okay, 38 ounces. That's what we're looking for. almost this entire thing. 38 ounces of shortening. Normally I don't use shortening, but if I want to make a big batch of soap, this is the recipe I use. I got this recipe off the internet years ago, probably 15 years ago. Couldn't tell you where I got it anymore. Like which YouTuber had it on there. I wish I could, but I don't even know if I'd find it if I went looking. Okay, so we're at 26. There we go. 28. 30. Like I said, it's going to use just about this whole thing because it makes a lot of soap. And shortening used to be cheaper to use, but with the price of everything going up, I've had to go back to using shortening, even though it's, here we have 37.9. You know what? I'm good with 37.9. Push this aside. So I use the shortening. Oh, I can leave this on here and just tear it out again. The only thing I'm putting in here is a coconut oil because the olive oil doesn't need to be dissolved. Okay, why am I not? Okay, here we go. 0. I'm pressing it poorly. And for this, I need something a little bit harder to scoop. So for this, we need 24 ounces. So we're gonna go. Oh my, it is so much harder. Oh, I hope this doesn't cut out on me while I'm doing it. Ooh, my spoon is bending. I have the stronger spoon, I think. Because I need 24, I have to open the other container, I think. But let's hope not. But most likely will, because there's not a lot in here. Here we go. We got 12.8. Almost 13. So we're going to have to open up the other one. Sometimes this thing cuts out on me because it's sensing it's not being used. And so I don't want it to do that while I'm trying to measure because then I won't know where I'm at. Except to remember 13.7. All right, y'all. Along with being forgetful, I can be awfully slow. But so what? It's fine. There we go. Right on time. Going for 24. See what I mean? This is a lot of fats going into this. But that's what makes soap. All the fats. And you're almost there. 22. 24! We're giving you sound today, huh? Sound effect. Okay. This is also the stuff I use for cooking. Ooh. So, no waste. Okay. So, once that is done, we are putting it on the stove. Like this. And we're going to get this to 120. That's the temperature we're going for. I still have to add the olive oil once it's all melted. I'm going to wash my hands because it's gross. With lots of oil. Coconut oil. So when I'm doing soap, the other thing I have to remember is all lye stuff goes on one side of the sink. Non-lye comes on the other side. Pick a side for lye and a side for non-lye so that it's easier to clean, because the stuff that has lye on it, I have to rinse off with vinegar, white vinegar. to get the lye off of it, because I also use some of the containers for cooking. So if you don't want to have lye residue in any of your cooking stuff. But so far, everything I've used is all soap making stuff, except for the bowl outside that has the lye in it. It's the only one big enough to hold the lye water. Okay, so while the butter is melting, and by butter I mean the coconut oil and the shortening, we're going to do a little bit of cleanup and come back to you. We're going to do a little pause for now. Okay? Ready? All right. Well, we're moving on. So our oils are, you can come see, it's all melted. And we're going to just put the 24 ounces of olive oil right into that. It's not at the temperature we want yet, so we're going to keep heating it up until we get to 120, and then we'll turn it off, and hopefully by then the lye mixture outside will be ready. It's at 139 right now, so it's not too far off. Okay, let's see. Get all my olive oil out of there. All right. There we go. We're going to turn that on. Put it on 3 because we're not in a rush to get it done. Now, this is what I use to test my temperature for the oil. It's more accurate. Just point in. Oh, do we have it set right? Oh, it's not even set right. Here's our Fahrenheit. All right. Hello. There we go. Now we're ready. It's at 156. So it's reading 156. And it may already be hotter than I expected. Let me try again. Yeah, 158. Okay, well, we're shutting it off. And we're going to let that cool down. I thought it wasn't even ready. Must have been a lot hotter than I thought. I started melting the butter pretty high. I'm going to take this off the heat. Coconut oil and shortening were hard butter, so I just figured, I'm just going to melt it on a higher temperature, but not thinking it would be so high already in temperature. The oven was high, the stove was high, but I didn't think the oils, once it melted, was already that high. I did say I was rushing though, so we're gonna have to cool it down, and hopefully it cools down in time for, I can't set that in there. It cools down in time for the oils, lye mixture outside. So we're gonna pause and check on that again. All right, we have our temperature, which we had to work very hard to get the temperature down quickly. We're at 124. Since the lye was a little bit ahead of the oils in cooling down, we have 124 in here degrees Fahrenheit and 120 on the lye. So we're going to take this out, and we're going to take that out, put them in their proper places. This here, and actually I'm going to put this over here. And I'm going to use this again. Okay, so you're going to give everybody a whiplash flinging that camera around. Go a little slower, baby. And here, of course, it would help if I had everything in already set places, but I'm not that organized. So sorry about that. Okay, so we're going to mix our, very slowly, pour the lye mixture into the oils. It's okay if it's a little bit different in temperature. It's only 4 degrees different. And we're going to get the air out of there. There we go. Burped it. Want to get the air out. And then we're going to mix it, and maybe a little further back because it's kind of loud. We're going to mix with the stick blender, and we're going to stir it. And then we're going to mix. And then we're going to stir. And that's how I do it until I get my trace. And stir. And that trace is just going to look like a pudding, a light pudding mixture that you can make an S in it when you stir your stick through it. And because I don't want a false trace, sometimes I'll overmix and then it'll be too thick, but I rather overmix and work with that than have it not be fully at trace point. Our oils today is going to be a mixture of a vanilla and a what's called, I cannot read the name anymore. The last of it just says fierce. So I just have my last two half bottles of fragrance oil. So I'm just going to use them up. I've decided to go with essential oils, but I want to use up the fragrance oils I have before they go bad, and then stick primarily with essential oils. Making soap used to scare me so much. I used to think, what if I ruin it? What if I burn something? Somebody's, myself. What if the trace isn't there? All kind of things. But you know what? I have seen so many different things, and you know what? In the end, it's still fine. You just work with what you have. You learn what you can learn, and you move on. I can't say that I'm there yet. Oh, actually, I may be there, but I'm going to do it some more anyway. I wish I could show you, but I don't know if you can see if I make an S, if you can see it, because my lighting's not that great right here. Even though the light is right above me, it's hard to tell. Anyway, so I'm going to keep going. Like I said, I'd rather overdo it than underdo it. There, now I can see it. Can you see a trace? If I put it through there, can you see the S or an O? Can you see the pattern I'm making? I don't think you can. It's hard to tell. And hold on, let me get a flashlight. Stay right there. All right, let's see if we can see it now. I know I'm blind, but I was hoping I could show this to you. But yeah, let's see if I use the whisk. It's definitely a pudding mixture in there. And I can see it, but it is hard to see maybe through the camera. All right, so now it's time for the oils. Gonna just lower my hand in there, pour it in. This one's supposed to give it a brown color. The vanillin in the vanilla fragrance oil gives it a brown color when it's all cured. But this is supposed to give it a purplish color. So I'm curious to see what that's going to look like when it's done. Which color wins out, if any. But anyway, that's about 4 ounces altogether. And I'm going to stir it first. You can almost see the purple in there, can't you? Bluish purple. Stir it like this. And then once I'm done stirring and making sure it's all in there, see the brown too from the vanilla? Still mixing in. So once I'm done, I'm going to divide this in two and add my color. I'm still seeing brown, so I'm assuming it's not totally mixed. All right. Sorry for all the noises. All right. I'm going to leave it there. Take this apart. Unplug. Do a little tapping. Of course, more noise. Because I'm gonna try to avoid using the stick blender for mixing, but if I have to, I'll bring it back. I'm just gonna sit that in the sink and pour, because we're gonna separate. Try not to splash on yourself, because that would not be good. All right, I should have a spatula here, but I did not bring it. All right, and then we're gonna we have blue in this one. I want to put green. It's evergreen, but it doesn't look evergreen to me. And I don't measure it. I just put in what gives me the color I want. Okay, hold on. And spatula. So I'm gonna go with, it doesn't matter. They're both about the same shade and color to me. So I don't think mixing it, using the same whisk for both will matter that much. All right. I'm hoping that the two colors still stand out when I'm done. But if it doesn't, it's still soap, it's still pretty, it's still useful. We're not going to worry about that either. All right. And then to this one. Ooh, this one's getting a little thick. Because the bowl was cold. Cooling it down faster. Now I would have liked this one to be a little more blue, because as you can see, they almost look the same shade. And I didn't want that. Oh, well, it might help to go to the bottom and get what's down there. There we go. Thank you, thank you. I did not want to have to add more to that. There's a lot at the bottom. Where's the spatula? Do I need a different spatula? Hold on. Okay, get that off the bottom. So I have different size trays that I want to put this in. Boxes, molds. I'm calling it everything. You'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. All right. There we go. All right. For this one, good. And nothing special is happening except me just pouring the two into the molds. I'm not doing any kind of special design. It'll make its own design. All right. Now with that, we're gonna go over here because that's where my molds are. Molds are. And I need to get the other one. And I also need a towel. Okay. Oh, can you hit that light for me, please? The first. Okay, got a little more light. So, while it's still running, I'm going to work on, because I've learned the hard way, do the small stuff first. So, we're going to just pour a little in each. We're probably not going to show you the entire thing because it's going to go pretty slow because I don't like making a mess. But we'll keep you here for a little bit until maybe my hands get tired. And then I'll take a little break. Can't take much of a break because it cools down pretty quick. And I can't do more than one thing at a time. So when I'm pouring, I can barely think to talk. Oops, too much one in that one. But you're probably saying, how much are you going to get out of this? Oh, I don't know. You're going to find out right along with me. We might have to switch spots in a minute. Just so I can stretch. No, that's okay. I can get a little bit in each. That'll be good. And all the excess will go in the big mold. All right, I'm going to come over to your side. I like the color. The blue is pretty. It would be fun if it hardened up enough. And when I pour the next color on, that it separates. It has its own separation. But depends on how quickly it hardens. Oops. A little too much again. Look, I'm using almost all of this in here. I want a little bit of in each, so I'm gonna maybe put a little bit less now. Even the big mold, I want to put a little bit of that color in. I might save it for the top actually, since it's so little. All right. Whew. Now we need a spot. Just sit it down. All right, now for this one. Ooh, my arms are tired. I should have mixed this a little bit more. Let me get the whisk. Because I don't want it to come out in a big glob. It's already getting hard. So mix it so it's a little more runny. That's why I say do the small stuff first. Because if it comes on a big glob, it's better if it's in a big mold. Keep saying it the wrong way. All right. Oops. I think I'm happy with the way the color's looking. Sometimes you just can't be too picky. Yep. Each soap has its own characteristic. Not all exactly alike. But you can tell it came from the same batch. I like this one to have a little bit more in it. There we go. On to this one. Yes, my hands are tired, but because it's getting cold and hardening. See, I'm talking. Almost went over. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say. And this is the same soap I use to make my laundry soap, which you'll see in another video. I've already posted that video, so it's there to be seen. Just get on my channel and you can see it there, along with all my other videos. My hands are starting to shake. My arm is starting to shake. And I still have 2 to do. Oh, it's getting lighter. Anyway. Look, I thought I would need the molds, but I barely need them. Ooh, look at that one's so cute. It has a little triangle in the corner of the blue. All by itself there in the corner. Like I said, each one will be different. Tired hand makes for messy soap. I have 4 to go, and I will not even need the molds I prepared in case it was too much. Whoops. Then I have to come back to that one with the other colored blue. Oh, I hope that blue is still good enough to pour. Ooh, I made a bigger mess. I have another mess. I'm counting my messes. Can't you see how much I don't like making messes? All right, I'm going to try to scrape it so that I have enough to go in that last soap mold so that all of them can have both colors in them. Okay. Thank you, God. I was thinking I wouldn't have enough to do it, but you made it work. Because you are in everything we do. Okay, we're gonna finish. Oh, this held up pretty good. It's not too, what was I gonna call it? Not too hard. Okay, this glass bowl is heavy. Whew. And on a tired arm already. Ha ha ha. I'm going back over some of them with this color just to use up what's left. Oops. Can you see what's going on here? Can you see the colors? You're probably saying, what a mess. Hey, it's all good. All gets used. It's all going to be soap that can be used to wash and make laundry soap and sell and whatever you need it to. Oh, of course, gifts. Remember when I first started making soaps, all I ever did with it was use it and give it away. Now I sell it too. All right, we used it all. And we are going to say goodbye now. The only thing left is for it to harden, and that's going to take at least 4 weeks. 6 is even better. And if I remember, I might just come. It's going to be so long, I'm probably going to post this video before it's even ready. So, and it's going to take about, I can't even think. I leave it in the mold as long as possible because there's no big rush on taking it out of the mold. But probably by the 4th or 5th day, I'll probably take it out of the mold. Should be ready by then, and then I'll just let it sit on a wire, like a cooling rack, anything that it can get complete air circulating around it is what you want. Once you take it out of the mold, you want to let it sit out in open air and keep them separated. Don't lay them on top of each other. Keep them each individually standing by itself on the cooling rack. And I'm trying to think what else I might be forgetting. I usually have my cooling rack over there, and I'm realizing I don't have it yet, but that's not an issue. I can take care of that in the next couple of days. Yeah, so enjoy your soap. If you decide to try this, I did try to do it kind of fast. Like I said, I still have an appointment to get to, so, and I really wanted to get this done today because I've been putting it off really long and I'm getting low on soap. So I definitely needed to do this. And I kind of forgot my appointment was coming up. So not till last night. And I said, no, I'm still going to make the soap. I'm just going to speed it up a little bit. So there we go. It's all done. Just needs to sit undisturbed for the next couple of days, 4 or 5 days. Take them out the mold, set them on something like a cooling rack, and let it sit there for 4 to 6 weeks or longer even. And just make sure you don't use it before that time period because you might just burn your skin. So pay very close attention. And okay, so we're gonna let you go now. Don't forget to check out my eBay store, Mama Cass Home Loving, and see if there's anything of value to you on there. All right, you guys have a great day and see you next time.